Already. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Creator Talk. Tonight it is Ryan and I, and any of you guys that want to jump on as well. If you've got a great money-making idea, not necessarily a business idea, let us know about it in the comments. I'm going to post the link here as well, so anybody can jump on board and discuss in further detail their money-making idea as well. We're here to help everybody. Welcome everybody that's in the community, and welcome for more people that hopefully are outside the community that are joining us again tonight. But we're here to help and throw out some different ideas. Ryan's got his ideas, I've got my ideas, so let's help one another and get through with this crap that's going on right now with the C word that we will not mention though. Okay, so hey, great having everybody here tonight. So hey, Ryan's just shooting out everything. I'm going to put this right now into our link into, here we go, into the comments. So if anybody does want to join us backstage, go right ahead. Come on in with a great idea. Let's try and help out as many people as we possibly can tonight. So Ryan, what do you think of what's going on here? What did you say, like 6 million people lost their jobs just recently?
Yeah. I want to share. I want to share kind of what I've gone through. Like this, and I can only imagine. I'm really excited about tonight because I found kind of solutions on how to make it through this economy. But like when this thing first hit, like my biggest customer is restaurants, and specifically the dish machine. And I rely on busy restaurants having people come into the restaurant and washing a bunch of plates and glasses. But that's not happening anywhere. You know, for instance, I would buy probably close to 20 pallets of dish machine chemicals every week. I haven't had to buy any in a month. So
crazy.
So it's really been really crazy, and I've had to completely flip around my business models and use my chemical manufacturers to get me into different kinds of products. And just this week, I've sold close to $20,000 in hand sanitizer, which is pretty remarkable. And I'm also, the reason I'm able to sell in such volume too, because I buy in such quantities and have good relationships with factories. I'm dealing with a lot of people that are brokering. They're buying from me in mass bulk and they're reselling it. And a lot of my more savvier restaurateurs have turned their restaurants into markets. They're selling pounds of chicken, fish. They're selling you anything hygienic. They're selling my hand sanitizer. They're selling toilet paper because I can get toilet paper, a decent amount each week. I'm selling everything I can get my hands on. And it's still not making up quite for. I'm not getting the margins I used to in what we used to do, but we haven't had to let go of anyone. We had a great week in business. The first week or so, we were down like 80% in sales, and we're pushing through. And it has some other things that I've done to kind of get my head right. And because like I said, I was kind of dealing with almost like, I think it's Travis, who's here, made a great video, just saying he had like that thing stuck in his chest. So it was like, did you see that video, Rick?
Yeah, I saw it. Yep. Yeah, it was good.
So cool. It was an axe in like his heart.
Yep.
And walking around all day with this. And someone said, like, "Are you okay?" And he says, "I'm fine." And like for me, it really resonated with me because like I wasn't fine. And it was okay to say I wasn't fine. That let me hit like rock bottom and come up with a solution. Like, it's okay not to be okay. And yeah, when your whole world gets upside down, like you go through a lot of emotions. So that's kind of my first thought and reaction into a lot of ideas. And I'm sharing out the stream to a few other places. So Rick, we'll come back to you. And I know you have a lot of virtual ideas for people.
Yeah,
that could be very helpful.
So I think that if this was to have happened to me, one of the things that I think areas that I would have gone to is that I wouldn't start up another business per se right now at this time with all the social distancing going on. But I deal with a lot of virtual assistants. So the three companies that we use, the three websites that we use is Fiverr, Upwork.com, and also Guru.com. So tonight I'm going to focus on Guru.com tonight, and just go through a list of different jobs that you can easily just get signed up to Guru.com, go in there, register yourself as a freelancer, and you can start working tomorrow. They just post all these companies that are still active, and there's a lot of them, guys, that are still active. You can just simply get your profile set up and apply for these jobs. And there's a bit of a trick, and this is what we look for. This is myself and my team. When we're looking and we're hiring virtual assistants, what we look for is we'll post a job, and we don't look for just people that respond and say, hey, I'm applying, whatnot. We look for people that message us. So if you go to any of these three, I guess I can post them up later on. Fiverr.com, Upwork.com, and Guru.com. Go in there, set yourselves up as freelancers, take a look at the list of jobs that you guys can do, because everybody's got skills. This is not the time to be afraid. This is the time to, if you've got other skills that you're using at work, bring them to these three sites. If you've got skills that you've never really used at work, but you want to tap into them, try it out now, okay? But what we look for are people that once they apply to a position posting that we've got on one of those three sites, we will watch and see which ones message us. That is key. So speaking to other companies that are on the same sites, they all say the same thing. If you're the person, if you're going to show motivation and reach out and message us like, hey, I just posted my response to you. Here's my resume as well. Let's have a one-on-one conversation with you. And I know Upwork for sure has got it, but I think that maybe Fiverr's got it as well, and Guru. But they've also got a way, just like Skype, how you can communicate. You can set up an interview time right away. So if you do this route and you get that stage of like putting out your resume to applying to some of these jobs, make sure you message these companies, these people, okay? That goes a long way. So I'm going to go through a few of these jobs in a bit, but for a while, Ryan, it's back to you. I'm going to take a look at what's going on here.
Well, for people watching this on playback, Rick, can you link that in the description?
Yeah, I will. The three of them, I will definitely put their links in there. Absolutely. Okay, awesome. Guys? Absolutely.
I'm just sharing this out a couple places. Yeah, so just kind of getting back to what I was saying, that I thought there was a decent chance that like my business like may not make it through it. Like no one knows. We still don't know when this is going to end. Like when will we be able to go and sit down and eat in a restaurant? When will we be able to go?
It's probably going to be a lot longer than we think, to be honest. We got a friend of ours that's actually working in the testings here at U of T here in Toronto, and it's going to peak later than we're expecting. And the Canada's a little bit further ahead by about two and a half weeks, I think, than the US. I know it's going to be so we might be in for, this is going to be a long storm, we think.
So I think we've maybe been misled a little bit as far as how long it's going to be. When the government first came out, they said 2 weeks to slow the spread, and then it turned into a month. And actually, it first started with the professional sport leagues. That we're going to shut down these games, and like it just got close. It slowly got closer and closer to you, and now there's no end in sight. No one's telling you when. So you have to adapt, and if you don't adapt, you're going to go out of business. A lot of my clients were shutting down their restaurants, and like we'll open in a month. We can get through a month of it, but now they have to reopen. So. Yeah. So what I did, I was trying to do anything, like how can I figure this out? And I think a lot of people who may be dealing with, like feeling down and just need to go out and make some money and just feel like they're on offense. Like there's so many people that have been unemployed, and in the United States are saying that could possibly go to over 30% of the population or the workforce. And, for me, one of my neighbors owns a Delivery Dudes franchise. So he's a friend of mine. I was like, dude, I can't sit in my house and just worry about money all day. Like the government says stay in your house, and that's just not me. Like I go like, that's not my personality. I can't sit inside my house all day.
And go bonkers.
I go bonkers. So I was like, dude, let me drive and I'll deliver food. And I'm actually thinking of making a YouTube video to document how much money you can actually make as a delivery dude. And it's nothing crazy, but it just felt good to go outside, put my windows down, blare some music. And it's funny, I roll up to a restaurant and the hostess goes, "You can afford a Tesla working at Delivery Dudes?" But I was like, yeah. So I've only worked 2 shifts, and I might do another 1 or 2 this weekend. But now, like, I feel like at least my business is a little more solid. But it just feels good to be out and like with people and just feel like you're doing something productive and just not reacting to the world. Like go out, be on offense, and make the world kind of react to you. You have to create motion and can't just sit in your. I know the government just wants you to sit in your house, but that's not for me.
No. So how much can a person make, say roughly, on average per day?
Electric car, but you could make $150 a night.
Really?
And if you're gonna do 4 to 9, 5-hour shift, you can bang out $150. If you work a double, you could probably do 2 to 250.
Beautiful.
The franchise owner was telling me he's got one guy that works just like doubles every day. Makes $1,500 a week.
That's all right. That's fantastic. Okay, and what companies? Where would you go to apply? Excuse me.
I just did Delivery Dudes.
Yeah.
I just did Delivery Dudes, and
DoorDash.
that is also, and Delivery Dudes, he says why he's the best. But there's Uber Eats, there's Postmates, there's DoorDash. There's all these different services, and there's probably more popping up, and probably more I don't know.
Yeah, do it. That's awesome.
So I guess when we get done with this live stream, for everyone watching a replay, let's link all these different ideas just in the description, and just to help people, get through this, because it's really sad. And also something that should be mentioned, if you're a homeowner, it seems like a lot of banks will allow you not to pay your mortgage for 3 months, and actually take those 3 payments and put on the back end of like a 30, 15, whatever mortgage you have. So you can kind of live mortgage free. Now that's a benefit of being a homeowner. So that's something to alleviate a large expense. That's sometimes your biggest expense. So if you can get away from them, and for me, like I could still pay my mortgage, but I'd rather have put my money in the stock market declining at 40% than pay a mortgage that's charging me 3%. It just made that, so I didn't pay my mortgage, and I took that $2,000 and I bought stocks.
Beautiful. And if you're a renter, speak to your landlord as well too, right?
My tenants paid me, thank God. And actually, if Ben's still here, he made a phenomenal video on how landlords should deal with tenants.
He's here.
Like be a person. Be a person. Like if someone can't pay their mortgage that month, then like work something out, and don't like get away scot-free. But hey, work out a payment plan over the next year, or like just be real. Or like the ones that can pay, like be good with them. Like treat people like people. People need to be like people in these situations. And I feel like during these difficult times, we're seeing kind of like the real. You see the real side of people. Like there's people that are paying me whatever they can. Like they know my business needs money too. Like we're all hurting, and they're trying their best to pay their bill. And I just care about effort. Like I'll still deliver. But some people, one person, I was like, look, dude, you haven't paid me since January before all this happened. Like you at least need to give me something. They wrote me a check, and they're saying it can't, like don't deposit. They will never let me deposit it. So I feel like I can help you. Like they didn't pay me near what they owed me. I was like, just give me something more than the order you're having, because I give credit terms in my business. People have usually about 30 days to pay me, so it sucks. But right now we have to tighten up on that, because we don't have money to give everyone credit. But definitely, and he mentioned Instacart. I heard that's good too. I think they do a lot of groceries. Yep. Which I actually heard that one pays a little bit better too than the food delivery services. I don't know if anyone can verify that.
Either way, just look, do a Google search on these companies, guys. There's tons of them out there, tons of them out there. So Ben was saying he got like 90% of his from his renters by the looks of things. And OMG is like, do you know if that will affect your credit? That's a good question.
I've actually, so I can verify that it doesn't, and I can tell you why, because I love not paying my mortgage. And I've actually had the opportunity to do this once before. So if I don't have to, I have an 800 credit score. But Florida, we got hit by a bad hurricane. And it didn't really affect me, but they said I don't have to pay my mortgage for 90 days. I'm like, that's fantastic. That's like awesome. Some people really want to pay off their mortgages. And one day I want to do that. But for now, while I'm building my wealth, building my businesses, like just cheap. And I know like Q's here and like anti-debt people, but like cheap debt isn't a high priority of mine. Like if I can make more with that other capital, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. So it doesn't affect your credit. You call your bank, let them know you need to forbear for 90 days, and you'd like to take those 3 payments and put them at the back end. So I just bought this house that had a 30-year mortgage on it. I'm never going to, like, one day I'm going to buy a house cash, and I'm going to live in that so I have a low expense. Well, I have kids and stuff. I have a bigger house than I need. I'm never going to pay off this mortgage. And so this 90 days, it's not real to me. Like in 30 years, it's not. That's. I mean, I'll maybe cash flow and I'll cash out, refinance, and take money. That's the game I play. I play a more leverage game. If you're anti-debt, it's probably not for you. But that's what has worked well for me.
Good for you. Good for you. Okay, guys. So anybody's got some great ideas, please post them. Marie, thanks a lot. Domino's Delivery. There's another one if you need to. I mean, by all means, whatever you need to do. So look, I'm going to go through a list. I said earlier, if you want to become a virtual assistant, it's really super easy, guys. And this is for guru.com. All right. So if you were to sign yourself up as a freelancer there, if you've got these skill sets, these are one of over 100. I'm going to go through as many of them as I can tonight to let you guys know what I dug these up this afternoon, went through them all. And I'll just let you guys know that if you got these skills, get onto this site and offer your services. And like I said, the trick is message the people, the company, the person that is posting the ad. As soon as you apply, message them right away. Okay. So let's look into sales and marketing first. Okay. So if you are great at doing, lead generating, you could do lead generating calls. You could do blog. They're looking for blog managers. They're looking for email marketers. They're looking for marketers overall, Facebook marketing experts. They're looking for telemarketers, Amazon product listing services. They're looking for real estate marketing experts. They're looking for internet marketers, Twitter marketing services, cold calling services. They're looking for Google Analytics experts, sales experts, communication managers. They're looking for Salesforce experts, LinkedIn ads experts, media and public relations, PR positions, obviously. That's just in sales and marketing. Okay, so I'm going to bounce this one back to Ryan right now, and then I'm going to do another section in a few minutes. Okay?
Yeah, I think there's one thing that we all really learned during all this, and you can really tell it by looking at me, is that being a barber is probably an essential service. I'm just kidding. I really need to hear. Actually,
Ryan.
No, that was a joke, but no, it was something that I think we all really learned. And me as an investor, obviously, if you follow my channel, I'm really into investing. That one of the toughest things about making money in the stock market is to stay liquid and invest in a bad market, because how it affects your workplace. Like the market fell 38%, but you also lost your job. So you need to almost. So fortunately, I was in a position where, I had to really take a big pay cut, but I had enough savings and where I could pay my bills and invest into the stock market. And I think we're going to look back. You know how everyone looks at 2008? Like, wow, I should have bought all that. And you did some great investments in 2008, Rick. But a lot of people look at that. And so many people have told me, oh, I'm just waiting for the next big stock market crash. I'm waiting for the next big stock market crash. Well, they had it. And most of them, you had the buying opportunity of the decade. And a lot of people that I was still talking to, one, the liquidity and having the money at the time and losing their job really affected that. They didn't have the backup to do that. But also then there's some people that were just saying that the market hasn't gone low. It's going to go lower. So I'm going to keep on waiting. And I made that one video about the stock market bottoming at 38%. And I put it in some Facebook groups, and I tell you, people were calling me an idiot, like nasty names. Like people were very negative, and it was pretty crazy. But that's okay. We put ourselves in a public forum, and you're due for that criticism.
Yeah.
But I think I'm trying to be right. Like one guy, I messaged him, was like, do you still think we're gonna go lower, or do you want to apologize now? No, an idiot.
Nice. Good. Okay, so guys, if you guys have got some other ideas and whatnot, we're going to touch on the investing side again tonight. You know what? I can do another section here of other areas that gurus are looking for. Upwork's got this pretty much the same thing, but I found that Guru had the most skills that they were looking for. Okay, guys, so let's look into it.
Can you just share with me how you know all this? I know you guys.
I've used VAs for the last 10 years.
Wow.
So the last 10 years, basically, I've always said I love being hands off with my businesses. So anytime I create a business, the first thing I try and do is to figure out the structure of it in the business plan of how fast can I be hands off. And virtual assistants really do help. They really do. It's amazing. And you can get them to do so much. So I posted on one of my videos. So here's a whole other set of skills, guys. If you have any of these skills, go on to Upwork, because all of these that we use for these 10 jobs, this is one, like I said, from one of my earlier videos, VAs for that 10 jobs that I have VAs work for us. And these are amazing people for our businesses. Like the number one is bookkeeping for us. I mean, it's just so easy. We just WinZip all the files, shoot it out to them, and they'll input it into our QuickBooks for us. It is a beautiful thing. So if you love doing bookkeeping, get onto Upwork. It's massive. It's massive on there. Okay. And you can, whatever pay rate you want to get into scale wise, get in there, but show quality, get in there. Set up your profile on the dollar amount that you're looking for, but you can always negotiate when you find the right connection with the right person out there, with the right company that's posting the right job for you. You can negotiate the salary at that point. And this could be an ongoing a business for you as well. It could be another project for you as well. everything gets back to normal in the next few weeks, guess what? You still got the second stream of income for you. Okay. So what I use them for in my businesses right now is number one, bookkeeping. Number two is lead generating, doing market research, website development and maintenance. So if you want to do something like that, get involved. This is all from Upwork. All these are the VAs that we use on Upwork.com. Logo creation, sales, customer service, phone answering, and creating icons. And one thing I haven't yet used them for, Bo, but they do offer is editing YouTube videos that I'm sure a lot of us creators would love to have done. So there you go. There's a whole list of other skills. If you've got them and you want to keep working, get onto Upwork, check out some of the ads posted there and get in contact with some of them. Okay. In fact, get in contact with me if you want to as well, because I probably got a few openings in the next while that I could probably keep filled. That, as we're slowly continuing to grow in some areas, you know what, just reach out to me, DM me as what's going along the bottom here on Instagram. Okay. So
yeah, you bring up a really good point. If you pick up this side hustle and then things get back to normal, you have another stream of income. Yeah. And also Gen X in his last video mentioned, like, it was very, I wasn't even expecting when he said it, but he's like, create a digital side hustle. Like he always says, listen to people a lot smarter than me, but like, it's like, I can tell you how much before, like, I actually make my money from like my business, like from digital side hustles me and my wife do, and just different things. Like I'm already making $4,000 a month before I even tap into like my regular incomes. Like, so I think it's just so important. It's so risky to invest in only have one stream of income. And a lot of people are
absolutely
right now.
Couldn't agree with you more. It's way too risky. Sorry. Go.
Way too risky. And people like, look at me like I have three heads when they see like I have, I'm always doing like, I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing like, I can't even tell you I'm doing delivery dudes. I'm doing like, I'd even like on Saturdays, after put my kids to bed, my friend has a green screen business. I go and help him to make a few extra $100. Like, I just, like, while I'm young, like, you have to take advantage of the time. And you just have the energy. When you get older, you're not going to always be like Rick and have a bunch of energy. You might be tired. Like, and
disease, Ryan. It's a total disease I've got.
I was having a conversation with one of my partners today about a deal I was working and like I have I was on my second cup of coffee for the day, and like my energy was just going. And like I'm getting into it, and then like I'll just remember something, and like I'll shoot the other direction, and the ideas just run. And he's like, Ryan, like I was like, dude, it's not easy being in this head sometimes.
So how are the governments looking after you guys, your state and the federal government for everybody in the U.S.? Because Canada right now, they're starting to roll out. In fact, today came out for Canadian business owners was the, what was it? It was a $40K interest-free loan. And if paid back by December 31st of 2022, 10% of that, 10 grand of that, 25% of that is forgiven.
Of a business loan?
Yeah, that's for a business loan. I mean, everything got rolled out earlier this week.
Is it true the unemployed they're getting like $2,000 a month or something? Or
for us it's $2,000. And Chris is still on here from Thrift Beast. Just to the details on that, since I didn't really look into that because I'm not eligible for that one. But it's $2,000 a month for, I think it's 15 weeks right now. So they had so many people. You had to register online. It started on Monday. You had to go by your birthday. So it was like January, February, March. Could apply on Monday. Sorry?
Can anyone get it?
Yeah. Pretty well. Yeah, if you're an employee, I can't though. I can't. So yeah, it's the government's actually and that's the federal government, and the provincial government for Ontario is going to be rolling out theirs. But anyways, everybody here, look into what there is that is offering by the governments, by your local governments, right? And see what there is available that you can apply for to help you out a bit as well, right? There's lots of opportunities out there. So in fact, go on to TikTok, because there's a bunch of people there that are posting that there's other areas too. There's some companies that are offering some types of kickback, not really kickbacks, but some support loans out there. So, but do your research, see what you think and whatnot. But there are other available revenue streams out there for you. Look into it.
Yeah. Right now, as far as the United States, speaking as an American, there's all this talk of all this money and so much money being printed that I don't know anyone that's gotten anything yet, though. Like, so I'm thinking maybe next week. Has any cash actually gotten into Canadians' hands yet?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Same for us. So that's like, I know one of my buddies is a banker, and there's this SBA program where they're supposed to give you an automatic $10,000. And if you read a little bit closer, they give you like $1,000 per employee, and then you get this loan. If you pay fixed expenses with it, you're eligible to have like part of that loan forgiven. So we're trying to see if we're going to get that. I don't know. I forget the exact amount. There's like 30 billion in there, but there's like so many small businesses.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully we're far enough in line where we're actually going to get something. And but like right now, I feel like if you're just waiting for that, if your business, you're gonna get crushed.
Get out there, look after yourselves. I know Robert Kiyosaki always says this: don't rely upon the government.
Yeah,
rely upon yourself, right?
Yeah.
So, Chris, thanks a lot for verifying that. So it is $2K a month for the next 4 months.
Nice.
So there you go. And guys, I just posted the link there. If anybody wants to jump on this discussion with us, click on the link. You'll be backstage. I'll bring you into it. If you want to talk about anything, you got any money-making ideas for everybody that can benefit from this, get in on this conversation. So
yeah.
Okay. Another list of ideas for you guys, being a virtual assistant. All right. So here's a whole bunch of other skills. If you have these skills, again, go on to guru.com and get yourself set up and go for it. Just start making some money on the side. Okay. So let's look at administrative work. So you got data entry, you got email support specialists, you got internet researcher, you got customer service experts, you've got PDF conversion services. You can even be a personal virtual assistant for some people. I had a personal one for about 2 years, and it was fantastic. I had this person search out things for me on a personal level all the time. It was great. So, and that's definitely a side hustle that you can keep on going, no problem, like into the future, quite easily, actually. Product listing services, real estate experts they're looking for, spreadsheets experts, appointment setting experts. Okay, this is what we've used as well for Leapleys, one of my companies. We use these types of virtual assistants also. Chat support services, transcriptions, translators. That's really interesting. Medical secretarial support experts, personal assistants. There's another one. Microsoft PowerPoint experts, eBay listing experts. Chris from Thrift Beast, there you go. You be the king on that. Web scraping services, Microsoft Word experts, ad posting services, and payroll services. There's a ton of opportunities out there. We just got to get out there and make them happen. Unless you take action, this is all garbage. So get out there and take action. Sign up.
I had a friend that was just super frustrated, like did this Facebook post about like, oh, the government, I can't like get like this website keeps on crashing to get my my unemployment, blah blah blah. Like you can't control that. Like, so there's so many other ways. And you know, actually Rick actually referred me to a great what does Charbon do? He's a
designer. He's a creator. Yeah.
He designs logos and stuff like that. And I'm sure there's ways for all of us YouTubers, like we know how to make thumbnails. Like you're probably good enough to help someone with some kind of digital advertisement if you can make a thumbnail.
Oh my gosh. How many creators hate making their own thumbnails?
Actually, I kind of like it.
There you go. Get in contact with the YouTube community, other creators, and say, hey, listen, I'll offer my services, X number of dollars per thumbnail. I mean, there you go. There's another idea. Just get out there and do it, right?
You'd have to get a big YouTuber to do their thumbnails for $100.
So go ahead. No, go.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but like if you can make a thumbnail, you kind of understand some kind of graphic design, like on a basic level. And a lot of people need some basic things. So, but if you're looking for someone, I really recommend Rick's friend. We've used him now he actually, if you know my business, the Ice Guys, he did that logo. He redid my logo for another business I have called Commercial Kitchen Stop.
He's awesome.
And he did my logo for my YouTube channel. I use him for everything.
Yeah.
The prices are reasonable. He's fast. He gives you a lot of options. And it's always great quality work.
Yeah.
Not to take business from him.
Yeah, he's a great guy. So guys, just to let you know, this guy does, he lives on the other side of the world. He's a great guy. And yeah, like Ryan says, he's a fast guy. I'd highly recommend him if you're looking to get logos done or icons done or anything like that. But you know what I'm going to do? Actually, I've just set up with the help of Gen X, I've actually set up my own health entrepreneur channel live. So if anybody, I'm going to put all these virtual assistants in there. And I'm also going to carry this conversation on that website as well. So if you go to, actually, I'll post it on the bottom, the steps here right after this. And if you want to join our live community, it's a Discord, and I'm going to post up Shawarman's contact information there under virtual assistants. But I'm going to carry this conversation going on. So I've set up a channel there called Money Making Ideas. So if anybody wants to join, this will all be ongoing, and all these ideas, we'll post them in there with hopefully as many links as we can. If everybody all works together, there should be a whole list of money making ideas in there that you can refer to in the next few weeks, especially. Okay. So I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah. So to answer Travis's question, so one of my restaurants, he turned his restaurant into a market. So he's selling everything. He sells my hand sanitizer, sells my toilet paper, my paper towels. Like he's ordering like over $1,000 of product from me in a week now. So I'm in there, and my wife, texted me to pick up a bottle of wine or champagne. She said champagne, but his cheapest champagne. What's that?
Some champagne.
Yeah, his cheapest champagne was like $60. So, but he had a bottle of Riesling. My wife likes white wine for $20. So I grabbed that on the way home, and just celebrating a good week in business. Honestly, for a while there, one of my buddies, he's still kind of struggling right now to get his business going. And like he's like, dude, it's tough to wait till 5 o'clock to drink.
Yeah. How's everybody feeling? Is it like Groundhog Day for most people? I mean, it just seems so every day is the same, and having the kids home every day is really fun, really amazing. But at the same time, it's the same thing over and over and over again. How's it affecting everybody? Let's hear your comments on the one side there. So. Yeah. I'd love to hear how everybody else is doing this. So Chris is saying a thrift beast because he's in Toronto with me as well. He signed up on Monday, and you received the $2,000 today. Good for you, buddy. That's amazing. Like, that's fast. Yeah. So I think you have the option. Yeah, you can have an ETF, like the electronic fund transfer, or you can actually just have an e-transfer, or you can actually have a check note out to you if you wish as well. So that's really fast.
I want to ask a question if anyone has anything helpful, or if they have any experience, what I should expect. So I was Zelled a total of $2,701 last month, and I didn't realize I wasn't getting Zells until my tenants paid me rent, and I noticed that money was in my account. So Zelle is used for banks. They use it to transfer money like quickly to other people's accounts, and the bank, the money's not in my account, and no one can really explain where it is. They're saying like my account got deactivated, and after I reactivated, I would get the money in like 3 to 5 days. If anyone can help me with this, I really appreciate it. And that still hasn't happened. And so I'm out almost like $3,000, and I have no way. The bank can't help me. Has anyone ever? So we're like disputing charges. Does anyone know like how long it would take me to get me my money from Zelle, or like am I possibly like out of luck? Will I not get my money? It kind of sucks because I still have to pay that mortgage. I pay the HOA on that property, and I'd really rather put that money in the stock market. But
so apart from the personal Groundhog Day, guys, is there anything that we can help you out with? I'm going to go through another list right now of different skills that Guru is looking for. But if there's anything if you guys can comment on the side that maybe Ryan and I can help you, or if you want to jump on the stream, if there's anything that you're specifically experiencing, let us know. Maybe we can come up with an idea for you, or just let us know, like communicate, and let's discuss it. So guru.com. Once again, if you're late to the stream, these are the skills that you can set yourself up as a freelancer. Get in there and get some work going for yourself. And again, you can keep it going now for the next few weeks, or this could be something you can carry on into the future. Okay. So I don't know, let's take, if you got a very artistic side to yourself, you got a lot of artistic skills. So under design and art, they're looking for artists, graphic designers, animators, logo designers. There you go. Video production services, 3D designers, illustrators, Adobe illustrators, illustration designers, drawing artists. They're looking for layout designers, report designers, digital artists, 3D modelers, 3D rendering services. We're looking for Bootstrap developers, Microsoft PowerPoint experts again, T-shirt designers, photographers. I mean, that's another thing. You could take, if you're a photographer, you can sell your photos online as stock photos. There's sites out there as well, like Pexels, I think is.com will buy your photos from you. So there's opportunities out there if you're a photographer. Character designers and Adobe Photoshop designers. There's a ton. So if you've got these skills, get onto guru.com, upwork.com, or even Fiverr. Get yourself set up and start, jumping on the bandwagon of looking at all these different ads that the project could be out there. And the number one trick, remember, is to message the person that's posting that ad. Message them. Okay. Yeah. So,
all good's asking, will you link your Discord chat in the link below?
Absolutely. Mine? Yeah. But what you can do actually, just go straight to my website and click on the community live at the top. So as soon as you get to the website, click on the top menu, the community live, and then it will take you to like that little join buttons in the top right corner there. It will take you right on in. That's the easiest way we're finding. So, but I did post again, if anybody does want to join us, because we have a big long lineup here, just click on that link there and you can join onto the stream. So let's see. What else? Ryan, it's all yours.
Yeah, I just want to kind of throw out, like, in this, what I'm seeing people do, like, well, I'm seeing a couple things. One of them is that, like, I'm selling items in bulk, and it's almost like everyone's a broker right now. Like, I'm kind of brokering from the factory to an end user. And actually, I got a call from a Fortune 500 company called Centos, and they're looking to order about $500,000 worth of hand sanitizer if I can get it to them. So, like, there's like massive amount of opportunity out there if I can fill the order. So, like, I think I have a way to get it done, but it's like, like everyone can be a broker right now. Like, I have another, like, I'm getting it through a few parties and your hands on things, but it's things like masks, which you got to be careful with masks. I've learned, like, I'm only going to do the disposable ones. I don't want to get into the medical grade ones because I kind of agree with the fact that, like, those need to go to the hospitals, and, like, I don't want to take those from anyone. But, like, the CDCs recommend the general public wear masks. So, like, the cheap disposable ones, I have a lot of demand for that. So if you can get your hands on these, and even, like, Rick, this is a true story. You probably saw my Instagram post with the sanitizer. Someone hit me up from my neighborhood, said, post in your neighborhood Facebook group that you have hand sanitizer. I came home, I cracked open a 6-pack, sat on my porch, and sold $800 worth of hand sanitizer in my neighborhood.
There you go. Beautiful. And that's a true story, as you just said.
Like,
that's awesome.
It's like there's money to be made. And one of my technicians, he's like, oh, I can do that too. So he took his truck, pulled up on the side of the road, put up a sign, hand sanitizer, X amount a gallon, and sold $600 last night.
Unbelievable. There you go. I love the creativity that's coming out of all this.
And then a policeman came over and told him he had to stop because,
you have a permit.
I mean, we're allowed to sell chemicals. We're a chemical company, but maybe not on a piece of product. Whatever his issue was, he didn't feel like he should be making money for something. But
you got applaud him for the creativity. I love it. So so just quickly, all good. There you go. That's how you can sign up for our community live along the bottom. If you go into the investing channel on the one side, I'm keeping it real basic. I've got a link for Gen X's Discord in there. Okay. So he's a lot more detailed, a lot smarter and more advanced. So anybody that's really into the investing and was watching the stream afterwards, click on his Discord link. Again, it's inside of my link, inside of my Discord. It's in the investing channel. Okay. So Gen X has got a question for us. It's interesting that some people hate being stuck inside. Others love it. Where are you guys on that? Obviously, Ryan, you enjoy being outside?
Yeah, I can't stay inside my house. Some people do really well with it. It's not for me. But I've been able to spend more time at home, and I've been able to enjoy my kids more, which has been a positive. But it's also, you just feel better when you could pay all the bills for your kids too. So that's a better feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm both. I can stay inside, outside, doesn't really matter. I just enjoy being up at the cottage as well, grabbing the laptop and away you go. I love traveling. I love being mobile with my laptop. Right. So either or doesn't matter with me. So, all right. Some more ideas, some more skills. Here we go, guys. Once again, set yourself as a virtual assistant on guru.com. And let's look at this time. Let's look under writing and translation. If you have any of these skills and you're looking for another job, these are the skills that you can set up yourself with on guru.com and get working right away. So You're looking for translators, they're looking for writers, they're looking for article writers, they're looking for content writers, creative writers, writers. They're looking for blog writing services. They're looking for copywriters. They're looking for proofreaders. Oh, thank goodness they stopped looking for writers. They're looking for translators. Okay. And this is huge, guys. If you can, you want to be an English translator or French or Spanish or German or Chinese, they are looking for translators. So if you've got that skill, get onto guru.com. You can pick up a job there for the time being if you wish. They're looking for ebook writers. They're looking for English and grammar experts, medical writers, and ghostwriters. Ooh, and that's that. So, all right, I'm going to take a look at the comments here and get caught up here.
Something that other people could consider. I tried doing one. I own an art company, a paint and sip company. So rather than, we usually go to like restaurants, places, private parties, and we do an art class. Like people paint, and my partner's an artist, and he teaches you how to do it. So what we're going to try to do instead is do a package. We'll deliver everything to your house, and we'll do a live stream on our Facebook page, and you can paint from your home. We'll teach you.
That's pretty cool.
That one hasn't. The class isn't super full like I thought it would be. It's not successful. I'm also seeing a lot of musicians who are struggling to make money, but some of them are actually getting sponsored by restaurants. And one of my clients, his restaurant, like a venue, he has a stage there. The guy's awesome. He's still paying musicians to come play in his restaurant. He does like a whole concert for him, has people donate, and like he's paying the artists, because musicians are like, if some of them, they take it very seriously. It's their main source of income.
Yeah,
they're done right now, so they have to get very very creative. What's up, Cody? What's up,
J-Mac, Cody, how you guys doing? So, but is that something that we can't really do right now, obviously, with the social distancing at this point, right? So,
but there's still like before I came on here, I was on Facebook. I had like so many musicians playing live, and like they had like their Venmo account there and all that to people to send them money. So. I'm not sure if we have any musicians here, but if anyone watching on playback knows anyone, like there is a market for it. And if you can team up, like some of these people are getting sponsored by restaurants, like, hey, go to this restaurant, order dinner, and that restaurant is doing that. And you have to team up, get creative. Like we're still people, we can still run an economy here, even though we have stay far away from people.
I love it. Is anybody here watching right now a musician apart from Ryan and myself?
Yeah, I mean,
Anybody here musicians? I'd love to hear it, because I think that's amazing, and that's what a lot of Canadian musicians are doing. Like these big bands are doing that right now. They're streaming every second or third night, and they're advertising, for local businesses and restaurants, like you say, and they're doing quite well. They shoot into their PayPal account, and they'll play for half an hour, and they'll wear a hat or a banner behind, or wear a T-shirt, whatever. So. Yeah. And it's working. These are cool bands. Are you kidding me, man? It's pretty wild to see them do this. So it's a real unique, situation of them being able to see your favorite bands play, from their basement. So, I mean, it's just another one. All right. We have the man, Anthony.
What's up, my brother?
From the epicenter.
Yeah, for real. I haven't really left the house much.
How you guys doing in New York?
Yeah, we're doing well, but yeah, I've really just been laying low for the most part.
You're in the epicenter. What's it like in New York City right now? Is it crazy?
I haven't been in the city since I think like at least a month. Like I've been to work, so like I live in like Long Island, but even so, like Suffolk County, one of the most populated places for the country as well. Like I think they were even announced like on the news update, which is pretty crazy. Like when the government was talking, like when you hear a county being addressed, it's kind of wild, but ultimately everything's going well. I like the conversation so far. I was kind of thinking of like something I've been kind of doing on the low. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. I've been just picking up sports cards in a way. I like invest in those, and like honestly, I think the market's down a little bit, especially with like some of the top rookies. Like I know Ryan, you follow baseball, right, and everything. Like Gleyber Torres.
Very into it. I saw Vaynerchuk is
he's huge into it.
Yeah.
So it's something like I like to do to collect, and also I see a little bit of long-term value, and then possibly even like just bringing it into my channel to an extent, because I already do the fantasy football. So I was thinking like the investing side of sports with the cards and the collecting and kind of just mesh it all together. So that's something I was kind of thinking about. And I'm trying to look. So
yeah, I have a massive baseball card collection when I was a kid. Like I was like the biggest dork baseball in like the late 90s. And like I have, and like now I think back as like, anytime I had extra money, I bought baseball cards. I'm like, what if I was buying stocks back then? Like how?
I know, right?
Hopefully one day, like they'll be worth something. I didn't even look at it.
Yeah.
I think the stock market's outperformed.
No, for sure.
Yeah, the baseball card idea. I don't know about that. So,
You're funny, man.
So how are you doing then, Anthony? You're still working right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. What are your friends like? What are most of like? What's the word on the street or the word around your neighborhood? I guess
my buddies
are working, or are they having to find other supplements of income?
Yeah, so like a couple of my other buddies, they work in accounting, so they're working from home. One of my buddies works for Merrill in the city, and he's been like going in and out, which is kind of crazy. But then I have like a buddy who works for LA Fitness. Of course, he's kind of just on unemployment right now. So it's just kind of a mix between two. I have a friend, she works for JetBlue, so she's not working right now. So it's a mix between everybody. And I don't think I don't really know the extent to anyone's looking for like supplemental income at this time, but
okay.
Yeah, it's kind of something I think they're just taking this time off and just taking it easy if they're not working.
Yeah. Kind of like you got a side hook there of a punch, and it's kind of like you just sit back and reel it in and see what your next move sort of thing is.
Yeah.
So, but sorry, go ahead.
I just want to say, apart from we talk about the stock market and all that, but I was talking to one of my neighbors. He's looking to buy not to be like a vulture, but like you may be able to buy a restaurant at a cheap price, or you might be able to buy like a gym at a cheap price. When you mentioned the gym, that everybody at LA Fitness reminded me of that. And also it's funny, I've been looking at, I talked about it briefly, I've been looking to buy a commercial warehouse to like have my business be somewhere like long term, not deal with landlords and have it like more of a fixed cost and understand like my future. I actually put in an offer. This guy was asking like $960 for his building. It was a standalone building, $960,000. We came in off like $800. Like if we could get $800, like that would be fine. And this was like 2 months, and he finally calls back last week and says, and I think he was misleading. He said, "I have a cash investor that wants to give me $750, but your offer was higher. I would take it instead." I didn't believe him. And I just feel like in this economic climate, it's not the time to make the $800,000 decision.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's just
I mean, there's a gym just down the street from me. If you want to pick it up for $8.1 million, and there's a pub up the street from us here as well. That it got shut down a couple of years ago by the previous owner. It got picked up, so it's been open for the last 2 years. And I think he picked up for like only $55K, and it was all set up, it was all ready to go.
I think
you picked up what for $55K?
A neighborhood pub that's up the street from us here. So I mean, there's going to be tons of business opportunities out there. If that's if you're the interest type person, you can you got some money to invest in, you got that expertise, then keep your eyes open. And then real estate's probably going to get hit too, probably after this too, right? There's going to be a lot of opportunities going on. But has anybody got any other ideas for jobs still right now? Let's talk about the present. Like what other money making ideas can we come up with? Anthony, you jumped in here. What do you think? What can you throw out there to the community and more of some different ideas to make money?
I mean, you guys have touched on a lot of good ideas, especially with the Fiverr. Like just freelancing is a good idea.
Yeah, it opens up a lot of doors that way.
Besides from that, I can't really think of much besides maybe just trying to dabble a little bit in the stock market, of course, just trying to learn as much as you can at this time, kind of ride the ups and downs a little bit in a way.
Yeah, it's tough. I like the delivery ideas. I mean, there's so much of that going on right now. Just get out there. Just do it. Just get out there and find what you want to do and whatnot. And even if we haven't mentioned any ideas and you've got your own, just Google it and see what there is in your neighborhood that you want to do. All right, here we go. We got Chris on board, a fellow Canadian. Awesome. How you doing, Chris?
How's it going?
What's going on, guys?
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, no problem.
What do you think about all this?
I mean, it's definitely I guess a blessing in disguise for me because I was one of the unfortunate people too that were furloughed on their job. So I was I had to figure out what I was going to do at that time. I think it was like mid-March that I got let go, And so luckily I had my reselling business as my savior to me right now. So I was doing that part-time, and now I completely ramped it up full-time, and it's absolutely thriving right now. I can tell you that.
That's amazing.
So
yeah, just give a quick brief background on what you do, Chris, for those that don't know.
So like my last occupation, you mean? Or
no, what you're doing right now.
Oh yeah, so right now I'm a reseller up on eBay and Amazon right now. So a lot of the things, obviously right now, a lot of things are closed, but there are definitely things you can pick up right now, and like on when you're picking up essentials that you can pick up right now that are tending to give you a better profit just because of what's going on right now. Like for example, board games, even Nintendo stuff right now. The prices on those have been skyrocketing right now.
Yeah.
And you can probably double your money if you found one right now. So that's been a big thing right now. And just also things that I've been finding on like Facebook Marketplace, Let Go, OfferUp. People are letting go a lot of their stuff right now. They're just trying to get rid of them. And so people are picking them up for a decent price. And like probably a couple of weeks ago, I picked up a lot of brand new box sets of DVDs, never opened. And like there was probably about 300 pieces in there, and I can probably make a total of around like $3,000 off of them, and I paid about $80 for the whole thing.
Wow. See, yeah, people, it's gonna desperate times call for desperate measures, right?
Yeah.
So
and it's not like I'm not price gouging or anything either. I'm only selling it for like $10 a piece, $12 a piece. It's not like it's crazy prices.
So there you go, guys. Get out there and figure out. We lost somebody. Figure out what you got to sell on eBay. We lost Anthony. We'll be back in a sec. Sorry, Chris. Go.
Because like right now too, Amazon is a bit of a delay when you're trying to get stuff off of Amazon. So the other real alternative is eBay. So people are willing to turn more to eBay to grab a lot of these things as opposed to Amazon, because Prime is like it's useless if you can't get it within the 2 days or 1 day. So they want it sooner, and people are willing to pay to get it from eBay because it'll come a bit sooner, I would say.
Wow. Crazy. All right. Yeah.
Where are you finding things at these cheap prices to resell?
So like I have a lot more time. I spend about an hour or two just going through Facebook Marketplace, Let Go, Virage Sale. And there's going to be stuff that are definitely expensive, but there will be things that you'll find in a good deal on. And when you do find these deals, I was lucky to find this guy that was selling the DVDs, but he's also selling other stuff too. So I managed to grab a whole bunch of other stuff that he was selling as well, just to pick up more inventory that I can sell. So I have about probably before the whole pandemic thing, I had about 250 items in my store. I ramped it up. I doubled the amount of items that I have in there. So before I was probably making about this was supplemental income too, right? So I was making about $2 to $3 grand in sales a month. But now I'm doubling that just last month.
Good for you, man.
That's awesome. So for those that don't know, Chris and I live in Toronto. He lives on the east side. I live on the west side. So we've actually met. He came out to my place one day.
Nice.
I was watching one of his videos and he was selling toner cartridges. I'm like, Chris, I got in contact. I have a whole bunch. I have over 100 of them in my garage. You can have them. Let's split the profits. Done. So he's made a video of coming out to my place. So if you guys ever get a chance, go and check out the video. It was a lot of fun. Really, really fun. Rick was squishing them into his car. Close it. I'm like, dude, you can't even turn. You can't even see up the side of your car. There's no way signal if you start moving over to another lane. If you hear a car horn, then get back into your other lane because you could not see anything. It was stuffed. So that was a lot of fun. Anyway,
good for you. Good for me. I feel like the first couple of days of shock. How did you feel when you got furloughed right away? Did you take a couple of days, let it process, and then you get right into action right away, or what was the mental process of going through that and bouncing back?
It's funny that you mentioned that because actually in October, I actually got laid off from a previous job as well. It's just because the amount of sales that they were making was absolutely horrendous. They weren't getting anywhere. So this was an automotive online company, but it wasn't doing well. So they ended up letting go of like half the entire company. So it was pretty bad. So from that, I learned from that basically. So as soon as I got the word that I was getting let go, I actually knew a week ahead from like our CEO. He was telling us bluntly, "Hey, there's probably a good chance that we're going to be letting go of people." So I already was proactive about it. I as soon as I got the message that I was going to be let go, I automatically signed for my employment insurance the very same day. I called all my creditors that I had, like for credit cards, and just to see if there's anything that they can do, like with deferring payments, maybe just for the next at least month or so, that I can just, because at the time they didn't have that whole emergency fund set up or anything yet. So I didn't know what was going to do with the income coming in. So luckily they were able to do that. I didn't have a problem.
Right.
I've been paying my stuff on time, so they had no problem doing that. So I'm good for probably the next month or two if I wanted to without paying right now. But it's definitely helped that like I'm getting my income too from eBay, but also that emergency fund did help a lot as well.
Yeah.
Just for the time being.
You know, when this all hit and like business was down like 80-90%, like
Yeah,
it really challenged me. Like I felt like, honestly felt like depressed. Like I just like
yeah.
and have that settle in and just try to deal with it. And you know, but one part of it I realized, like, you know, we my work, and I don't know if it's similar for other people's, like so much of my identity. Like you spend so much time doing it and you work on it all the time, and like when it goes away, like you kind of have an identity crisis. So like maybe that's something that I need to work on or change possibly. That like maybe I don't need to have so much identity in my work, and like I should be able to deal with some. I mean, maybe it's a learning experience, you know. Maybe I don't know, or maybe more of a balance. But like I'm not sure if anyone else dealt like that. Like I'm just being honest. Like I was depressed. I mean, not like manically, but like I was.
Well, for sure. I mean, yeah, absolutely. And all of a sudden, it's a big, shot to the system, right? Shot to your head, right?
Yeah.
And you got to come around you're almost walking around aimlessly going, what the hell just happened?
It wasn't the crazy thing. It wasn't like if you go to business, you make bad decisions and stuff like that. Like it's usually your fault. Like this isn't anyone's fault. Like it's some guy in Wuhan who ate a bat's fault. Like it's not my fault. Right?
Yeah, but no, I felt the same way. Don't get me wrong. Like it's just that because I experienced before, I just tried to be as proactive as I could with how I can handle it right away, and also just I understood what options I had around me. Like I already had my reselling. I can do I've been doing Uber Eats as well, and that's been helping a lot.
Okay, Chris, talk about that for everybody. How's that going?
Hey,
how easy was that? Talk to us. Yeah,
so like the fees and structure is not like obviously it's not I'd say per delivery is not, you don't make a lot, but it all add up. So like your goal is to try to get at least 3 to 4 an hour in deliveries, right? Because that'll probably equal up to around I'd say between $20 and $30 within the hour. So that's what I try to do to like for my goal, and then I try to at least $150 to $200 per trip, per like shift that I do. So I probably average around 150 to 200 within at least 5 to 6 hours of work.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That pays a couple bills. That'll buy you a stock in the Johnson & Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I find it a lot easier too, especially now. It's so on demand right now. It's crazy. Like I couldn't believe how many. Like as soon as you're done, you get another request right away. Like they keep coming now, especially because all the restaurants are closed.
So there's another option. There you go, right? Uber Eats, away you go. It works.
Do you guys have delivery dudes in your area too, or is Uber Eats the only option?
No, there's Skip the Dishes over here as well, and there's DoorDash. Okay. And then I've also done Instacart as well. That's another one that you can use. You can make a decent amount of money within an hour. Like the more items you have to pick up, the more you'll make, and like the further the distance of the house, you'll make as well. So you can potentially make $30-$40 in an hour, picking up that stuff.
Yeah, someone else told me Instacart to look into that.
Yeah. I mean, it can be a little tough though, because there are a lot of things sometimes that they don't have, and sometimes you also have to find it as well in the supermarket. So that tends to, you have to shop for it, and then you deliver it to the person.
Yeah, so watch it. We had some major lines at all the. We tried to do some grocery shopping this afternoon, and there was major lines at 3 grocery stores close by us to get in. So
Yeah, exactly.
That'll be a bit of a delay. So who knows if that fits your.
And I'm not sure. Can you guys get toilet paper at your grocery stores yet?
I got some here for sale. I won't gouge anybody. Actually, I'll mail it to you for free. It's been the last few weeks.
I mean, there will definitely be places when that's going to be sold out. But in the morning, it's generally good, I'd say. As long as you're there, they limit it so you're only allowed to for 1 or 2 at most. You can't bring any more than that.
So, are you going in shopping for doing this job? Are you getting into these grocery stores in the morning to pick up all the goods that you need?
Well, for me, I haven't done it since probably 2 months ago. That was the last time I did it.
Yeah. So
I've only been doing Uber Eats because I want to be able to at least stay at home or stay in the car. Yeah. So that's been helping. I'll have gloves and a mask on while I'm doing it, but other than that, I'm in my car most of the time.
Got it. All right, guys, I want to quickly discuss this that Cody's posted up here. I know Chris is a Raptors fan. I'm a Raptors fan. I'm sure you're an Orlando Magic fan, Ryan. If anybody else wants to jump in on this conversation, because this just gets me going. Seriously, this blows me away that these guys are making so much money, and you hear these horror stories. And I think the stats are that 80% of them are broke 6 years after they leave the NBA. These NBA players, it's just unreal. But I know what they've done. I know I've had one of my best friends playing the NHL for years, and I know that they have brought in some financial advisors for them to team up with and to give them some guidance in their investing and whatnot. But you hear these horror stories all the time, and to hear, I heard something about this the other day that, wow, the union said 1/3 of the players live paycheck to paycheck. And some are struggling right now. Wow, it's mind-boggling, man. These guys make so much money, but I mean, it comes with the territory, I guess. Buying what they're buying and everything else. So
yeah. We say that, and it's very true. But then also, if you look at, I think the union needs to come together and help their own, because there's some great great entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. Absolutely right.
LeBron James, everyone with Golden State. I was watching something. The Warriors. They're all hanging out with the tech guys over there, Silicon Valley. They're investing the next big thing. I'm trying to remember the one player was saying his goal was to be the first billionaire investor. So that there are people that do get it, but also for me, growing up, Allen Iverson was huge and
he was huge.
Everyone wanted his shoes, and years after the league, he was broke, and it's sad that these and making more money than we'll ever make in our lifetimes in a very short time. How do you help? And I know a lot of people, this is probably tough pressure, especially if you have a lot of friends growing up and they're around you and you make it big and you want to do for other people, but you really have to think about it. You can't help others unless you're taken care of. You can't I always use the term, you can't pour from an empty cup, but that's pretty insane that that's the case.
It is. And you know what? They don't have the guidance, but hopefully they've got it now, right? Like I said, the NHL does have it, but at the end of the day, there's nobody there guiding them with the financial education, right? And that's so true. You need financial education. And how many lottery winners, win millions, and within a few years they're entirely broke because they just don't know how to manage it. So they don't know how to make the money work for them and how to retain it over a long period of time. So you're right. The union's got to step in there. I mean, you hear these horror stories all the time. Guys that have made over $108 million. One guy that specifically started on the Celtics, and he played for, I think, 7 or 8 teams in the NBA in his career over 10 years. He made $108 million. And now he's playing in he was playing in the D League a while ago, but now it's the G League. I don't know if he's still playing or not, in order just to make $2,500 a month in order to pay an alimony payment or whatever it was. It's just such a sad story, it doesn't have to happen.
And my uncle, he's a high-end architect down here in South Florida. He did a house for Udonis Haslem, who played for the Heat.
Yeah.
And but he was very involved. His financial advisor went to all the meetings with him and told him so he had his money all set up. He built himself a nice, beautiful house. You just explain like, yeah, like this guy comes to me. He comes to me everywhere. I make a financial decision and make sure I'm on the right path. Yeah, Antoine Walker. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was Anton Walker.
number 8 on the Celtics. That's right, Cody. You're right on that.
yeah.
one.
He also had a lot of like real estate issues too. Like he had investments too, and they just didn't. I think something happened with those as well that caused that a lot of his money to go away based on that.
Yeah.
I'm sure these guys get pulled into like a lot of bad startups that their friends or like got an idea for, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they get taken advantage of because they got the cash and whatnot, and
Yeah.
it's financial education, man.
Yeah,
So-
one of my friends, he actually, like, I think he got up to like $1 million net worth on online poker, and he gave his dad like $400,000 or $500,000 for his business, and like never gonna see that money back. Like, how do you do that with your dad? And like the rest of the money, he kind of like went through over the years when it slowed down, but like that, the people close to you have to be very careful with, and
Yeah.
you really got to make sound, diversified investments.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Chris, what other ideas would you like to throw out to everybody here in order for them to make, unless they're going to be an NBA player and make a few $1,000,000 right now, which the NBA you're probably not going to see the NBA for the rest of the season. So I guess the Raptors, well, those being Raptors fans, have won 2 years in a row. Maybe I don't know if that carries for like the next year or not. In the second year,
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that, Rick. I think it would be well deserved that they were back to back, considering all this situation right now.
Yeah. But I mean, hopefully, we still have I've got 2 pairs of tickets and seasons tickets, and they haven't said exactly what's going to go on if they actually are. We're just talking about the NBA, whether or not it's going to carry on for the rest of the season.
They ended it.
They haven't decided yet. I think they're going to do it.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
We don't know yet. But then,
someone told me, rumor all the baseball games this year will be played in Arizona.
Yeah, they're talking.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So interesting.
I don't know if anyone else. I know Gen X here really enjoys The Office, and Anthony enjoys The Office too. But when you guys were talking about like the money in the NBA, I don't know if anyone's watching this, but Michael Scott goes, "I'm not in the paper business for the money. If it was about the money, I would just go play in the NBA."
Yeah. There you go. He lost all his money from buying houses for his friends because they said they owed him. Really? Oh, geez. Stop being friends with him after he went broke. Nice friends. Man, great friends to have. Jeez.
Yeah.
So, all right. Sorry, Chris. What do you think? Any more ideas of like you're amazing for making money?
No, well, I mean, other than that, I don't know, in terms of what you're looking at, man, because I'm looking at what are essential right now too. So with my reselling business, I used to just find everything and anything vintage, anything clothing wise, pretty much anything I'll sell. And so a lot of my business has shifted to what's been really essential for people to stay at home. So for example, board games, and then people working from home. I think the toner is starting to pick up again because people are building their own home office a lot more now. So office equipment has been starting to ramp up in sales again.
Guys, we got a couple weeks ago because of that, Chris. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And then also just like video games and sales a day in media.
Really? Good for you. Good for you. That's fantastic.
Yeah. A lot of YouTubers here too. I mean, we've had Rodas on the show before. Talking about that stimulus package and how these people are going to get their money has been huge. I mean, Rodas has almost 10,000 subscribers now.
Oh wow!
Have you seen that?
Got capitalized on that. He's growing fast. I know.
He had 200 when we did our live stream. But he did great videos, gave great content, articulated it really well.
Yep.
And he's hitting home on how to get this check, how the money's going to work, how you're going to, because there's so many people in pain. That's why I think this, live stream just talking about how to make money is a great idea, because there's 6 more million people that are unemployed, so that's pretty wild. I mean, so I've been trying to think, right now, I'm so involved keeping my businesses going, how to get more creative and throw more YouTube things out. I just do 1 video a week. And what about you? How many videos do you do a week?
Oh yeah, that's one thing too. I just, because as soon as I got laid off, I completely tried to revamp my pick up on my YouTube as well. So like the week after, I just reached 1,000 subs at that point.
Wow.
So I'm pretty much there now to start making money now off of YouTube. So that's another stream for me too. But I've been averaging probably about 2 videos a week right now.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you dropping a comment? I want to follow your channel there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drop a channel.
Definitely. Yeah. And everybody else tonight that's on the stream, go and check out everybody else's channels, connect with one another. Again, we're gonna carry these money-making ideas onto the Helpful Entrepreneur Community Live. So just go to the Helpful Entrepreneur channel. I'll put it down here again, and click on the live link at the top, and then join. And if you go into investing, take a look at and join Gen X's. His link is in there for his Discord as well. Okay, guys.
So it's a lot of fun there.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Ton of fun. Ton of information. Like, holy mackerel. Information overload. It's great. So join both. Like, we can keep this moving forward and help as many people as we possibly can. So, Chris, are you monetized yet? Ree wants to know.
I'm almost there. I'm probably
Hey.
I'm like 500 hours away from getting there. So I should be there soon. So probably by the end of the month.
Go and watch Thrift Feast tonight. Just go and watch his videos. Every week goes there for an hour. We're done. Well, maybe a bit more. So, but all right, guys, here's another list of skills that Guru is looking for. Okay, guys. So once again, guru.com. If you're late to join the stream right now, these are the skills. If you want to get yourself signed up there, you could be working the next 24 hours. Okay. So if you're into like programming and development, you're looking for Android app developers, API developers, CSS developers, Facebook API developers, HTML developers, Java developers, JavaScript developers, Python developers, WordPress developers, web designers. They're working for web developers, web maintenance, mobile app developers, and net developers. There you go. Another list of skills. If that's the types of skills that you got, go to guru.com, go to fiverr.com, or go to upwork.com and start working as a virtual assistant as soon as you can. Okay. There's some more. Let's see if we got any other ideas here for making money right away.
Rick, you should start making some mods on your channel so we can start dropping links as well.
It's a good idea. Yeah. No kidding. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Rhoda, we were just talking about you, man. How huge you got, man. Trying to go to his channel. I want to see how many subscribers he has now. You know, I was listening to your videos. Sometimes I'll listen to a video and forget to comment on it, but like the one where you went to your mailbox, like your editing's like insane now, dude. You're just crushing, man. Congratulations. You deserve it, man. Absolutely great stuff.
So
yeah. I'm going to check his channel right now. 8,700, bro. That's awesome.
That's great to see.
Congrats.
That's so cool, man. That's so cool. You know, I mean, I think it's, really, timing is always so important with YouTube, and you're always one video away, and you have to keep the quality great. Yeah, I saw Arbabel too. Rodos wants to join. Let's get some feedback from him. Drop the link.
Yeah. How about?
He's a great person to have on because he knows everything about this stimulus package.
Here we go. There's the link. Jump on. How about TikTok? Who here's got some TikTok accounts? Are they making anything from that yet, or what?
I have one. I've never really used it though.
No,
Ryan, I just mainly watch.
Yeah, mine sucks. But yeah, I need to do it more. I love Instagram. You'll see post stories there every day. I find it entertaining. I have people that interact with me on there, and but I'm really bad about. I got to get into TikTok. Someone made a funny meme. Someone made a funny meme.
Hey, everybody.
Sitting at home during the quarantine. It's like, I'm still not bored enough to open a TikTok account. But Rodos, congratulations, my friend.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Yeah, you're doing amazing.
Monetized yet? You have to be.
No.
Well, I wouldn't even post the video right now.
How is that possible? That's impossible.
Yeah, I'm under review. I met the minimum requirement from the first video that I did, I think a week and a half ago. Yeah. And then I got the 4,000 hour watch time, the 1,000 subscribers. and then it went into review, and it's been in review since then. And I think some people are saying it takes up to like 3 months to get reviewed sometimes.
No.
Yeah.
Daniel recommended that we did. Is Daniel on the stream tonight? You send an email just asking what the update is.
They'll
Yeah,
do
I
it
did
like
that.
Yeah. You just send a quick email and it speeds the process up. And yeah, Ryan, how fast did you get monetized because of that?
slightly before you. I messed something up, but a week. It shouldn't take you more than a week, man.
Yeah, it's a lot faster.
Yeah, and right now, when
contact them.
you're riding this wave, you're the go-to one. I mean, there's a lot of people that are doing what you're on that trend, but the algorithm loves you for it. Loves you. And that's what I'm starting to realize. I'm starting to realize on my channel, like the algorithm likes me under certain things. Like, so should I just double down and do that, or?
That's what I've been like experimenting with, and I've been actually looking into and trying out myself. And from my understanding, if it's around the same object, like if the video is around the stimulus check and you keep updating, it's going to keep pushing you even more and more. And I've actually tracked a lot of different channels that are doing the exact same thing or that have done different trends. And what I've noticed is by the third or fourth video of staying up to it, you can't even let like a week go by. It has to be like on top, like every couple of days or so. And then the algorithm just literally, you can see it because it shows you in your analytics. It shows how many people it shows it to. And it's like 5 million within like 24 hours. And if you have 5% click rate, then it's insane. So
Good for you, man.
which is pretty good. So I think updating, especially if it's around the same video, trying to do as much as you can without really making it too hard on yourself, because it's kind of hard to talk about the same stuff. So that's why I haven't really been on top of it, making videos every couple of days. Kind of gets repetitive, and it's like,
but the clicks are there, man.
yeah.
Like I realized when I make a video talking about how depressed I was during this, no one watched it. But when I talk about my Tesla, everyone watches
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Always. Always. So true. Well, good for you, buddy. That's exciting stuff. So how are you doing for work right now? Oh, sorry, Ryan, go.
Would answer that question too, but I wanted to get like just your expertise, man, on what Americans, because you know everything about the stimulus going on right now. You were and that first video you made was so helpful. It helped me really understand what was going on, and I understand why it blew up. But you can, if you want to talk on that first, or you want to talk about how work's going for you. Either one, we want to hear both.
Let's hear both.
Yeah. So the first one, work for me is the exact same as it's been for years. I work from home as a software engineer. I've worked from home for a while now, for several years. So it's been the exact same thing. It's just I just can't leave the house because of the quarantine. So work it hasn't changed at all.
Nice.
As far as what was your question, Ryan? Was there something specific or?
Just like, I mean, it's not like the how much we like. Do you know when we're getting the money? Like, what kind of tips do like you have that maybe the average person like would really love? Like we understand how much we're gonna get. Basically, we understand like kind of how even like maybe people don't tax.
Yeah. So the timing is probably the trickiest thing to get down, because everything that's being said is based on sources from people seeing internal memos or from people talking to people. So nothing is 100% concrete. It's just, they give a timeline. Hopefully people will get it after the 13th of April. They should start arriving. And then you would hear that they should start coming tomorrow or yesterday. So the timeline is something that nobody really knows because the IRS hasn't released it officially, and they're not releasing it officially they have it on their site. They said something about it's like for scam reasons and everything. They don't want people to know when it's going to be released. So they're not really going to release that. And that's why I usually check Reddit a lot of the time, because there's huge communities, millions of people on there. And I check Reddit to see if people are getting these things, because some people report they got it. And then, they would go through a validation process. At least that's how I do it. So I kind of look at a lot of different resources to get an overall good picture. But the amount stays the same. Tax, it has no tax implications from everything that I've read.
Well, also just like how it's based off of. So like I have 2 kids, married, but I haven't done my 2019 taxes. So it's gonna go. And I had my daughter this year, so I don't think I'm gonna get paid on my daughter until next year.
Yeah.
So
for your daughter, you can, it's still there. It's just you can't claim it this year. You would have to claim it on the next time you do your taxes. Things for the 2020 year instead of for the 2019 year.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
No, just like you articulate from watching your video, like you taught me a lot, like how.
Yeah. I'm glad, man. It's one of those things where you have to do so much research because a lot of the things are based on not really concrete evidence until the actual packages come out. That's why I really wait to make videos, because sometimes the news is the one reporting all these. And when you're reporting what the news is reporting, it kind of gets filtered down. So I try to wait as long as I can until I get the official document. That's what I'm doing with the unemployment benefits that I'm actually working on right now to record this weekend. I got the actual document finally, so I'm looking through that and validating as much as I can, so that way, when somebody asks a question, I can answer it with good certainty and use that as a reference.
How will this, when this all blows over, how will this change your channel in the future? Do you think it'll will you think differently about the videos you make moving forward?
The biggest thing I'd say is it's teaching me, because I'm one of those people that I would talk and I've done these videos, I would do them 100 times and I would choose the one that I really liked. And even then I'm like, I don't want to upload it. There's a couple videos I almost didn't even upload at all these last week. It's kind of taught me just, if you want to do something, just do it and put it out there. So it kind of gave me that little confidence, I guess, that I needed to keep doing videos that I like doing. And I think you noticed, Ryan, I'm trying to do more camera work and trying to get more creative with it. And that's really big.
Videos, or was it today or yesterday? The one I watched today was great. The quality, it was very aesthetic to watch, and it was perfect.
Yeah, that's exactly what I got into YouTube for, is to get creative and to inform people in a creative way. So you're not really watching somebody just talk for a couple hours with no real creativity. And I wanted that for me as a selfish thing. I wanted to find a way to get creative inside the house doing videos. So that's really what I'm aiming to go towards. Still going to be all personal finance related, so money related, credit cards, just that sector, but as creative as I can with it without getting too ridiculous.
Yeah.
Good. Good. So you're still working. You're okay. You're fine. Yep. How about any of your friends or family? What's their updates? Are there people that aren't working? And if there aren't, are they looking for little side hustles right now? And if so, what are they?
Yeah. So a lot of people are actually unemployed right now, or they work from home. Friends, nobody that I know of is doing anything side hustle wise. I typically do a lot of side hustles myself, but yeah, I don't know anybody that is doing.
What are your side hustles?
Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, I sell on eBay. That's probably the biggest. Yeah, eBay has been one of those things that I got into 5 years ago, and the business just makes so much sense, and it's so easy to do as far as like cash to get started and everything. And it's kind of something you can control your hours and all that. So I do this as a full-time job. I have a full-time job and I do this as a side hustle, and it doesn't even take more than a couple hours per day, which is something I was looking for in a side hustle. As little time investment and as much money coming in with little effort.
So guys, hang on. Yeah, both Russ and Chris, can you guys talk about this just for a couple of minutes of like the setup and the process of it. Because if there's anybody watching right now that's thinking, you know what, I've got like all these goodies lying around my place, or I know where I can pick them up or whatnot, how would they go about doing this? Like, how can we give them the information to help these people for that want to, you know, go down this road? If you guys can lead on this for a couple minutes, that'd be great.
Yeah. I would say that the biggest thing I like to do is I like to always break things down into components. And that's how I started eBay. If I was trying to learn something specific, I'd go learn about that. And then I would keep doing that in different sections. But what I found out about eBay is the hardest thing is to really list your first item and sell it. Once you do that, you kind of start building the idea of what to sell, first of all, because you kind of figure out how to find different products, how to ship them. Once you figure out the shipping, once you figure out a product's profitability, it becomes very easy because you can just keep replicating that over and over into as many different items. So I actually do have a video on getting started with eBay, but the first thing I typically do is I find any product, could be, let's say I have this AirPod Pro. I go look on the site I'm trying to sell. So if it's eBay, I go look on there. If it's a product that I don't know at all, I go look on there and see the history. Has it sold recently? If so, how much did it sell for? All that information is readily available to you and everybody else. You just go search in eBay, and then you can filter by the sold. So it'll tell you the last time this product sold. So you're not wasting your time trying to list something and waiting weeks. And this is, I think, what really helped me out big time, not wasting time, is understanding something is going to sell if I have the profit margin for it. So I look for items that have already been doing well, and I go into that space. Of course, I make sure it's not oversaturated. That's the biggest thing. If you try to sell headphones on eBay, there's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands. So I always look for something that has competition rate of like 12 people or less. And once you start building it that way, you can start looking for your products. So understanding the general how things sell and how to actually be a good seller without getting into an oversaturated market, then you kind of understand what kind of products to bring in. So first, understanding how eBay works, how to find products to source, and then you can worry about the product. I think people get too caught up on finding the perfect product to sell. They never take the time to learn how to sell that product online.
Really good point.
Sanitizer sell well right now?
What?
I said, would hand sanitizer sell well right now?
Oh no, you're gonna get dinged for that right now.
Yeah, they're banned. So all
they're banned.
essential items are banned because of price gouging.
Yeah.
So eBay will remove it automatically.
I don't know if you've heard about
People
that
still
story
sell
about the
it.
guy that one guy that had a whole bunch of sanitizer and disinfectant wipes in his garage, and then he got stuck with it because they did the ban on it. So now I think he ended up donating everything. But he had
Because him and his brother or something like that.
Yeah.
See, I think that's wrong. Like I'm selling, that's like hand sanitizer is keeping my business alive right now.
Yeah.
But I'm buying from factories and I'm selling at a reasonable price. Like I'm selling for like $3 a pump, you know, and just because the masses want it, and where else can you get it from? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
It's an essential item that everybody needs. You can't mark up a product like that and feel good about it at the end of the day.
But I'll tell you,
like that's embarrassing. Like, don't do something like that, man. That's so not cool.
And the supply chain is so messed up right now. Like I have to go through like local, regional factories to get reasonable prices. If I try to get a Procter & Gamble product, Purell, Clorox, anything like that, it's crazy. I bought, you know, I'm buying 6 packs of Clorox wipes. They're costing me $55. But my customers, I sell to like this one place, one of my clients, they have a bunch of homes throughout the county. They take care of kids who like parents have been incarcerated, all this. They need it. They have like 10 kids living in a house. They got to make sure all this stuff is sanitized. They need to pay whatever they can get it for. And like, I'm just like, look, I understand if you don't want to buy it. This is what I have. I have to sell it at a profit. And like, it's very expensive. Go on Walmart, try to buy it. It's going to tell you it'll be there in a month. I have it. You can overpay for it from market standards, but it's not me. But these kids need, like, it's a very difficult conversation to have. That's why I'm not selling the 95 masks. Like, I really had people say, like, those need to be the hospitals. I don't want that pressure. But like, I've always sold Procter & Gamble products.
Yeah.
Like, I always stock them. Like, and it's such a weird environment to be in, and like you just don't seem like the bad guy.
Yeah, no, I've when I sold stuff on Amazon, I actually had hand soap, and I've had it on for like 4 months, 5 months, and like I probably bought, I don't know, 30 of them because they were on clearance at Shoppers Drug Mart over here, which is our drugstore over here, and they were going for about $4, but it's a 6-pack, and they sell for about $30 on Amazon. And the guy thought I was price gouging. Someone messaged me saying, "You're a disgrace. Why are you selling it for this?" I'm like, that's how much these things are going for on Amazon.
Market value, man. Yeah, you're fair.
Right?
You know, and there's a conversation to be had. Like, we're all in finance and economics. If you want massive supply of these items, the profit margins need to be huge, because then more people will fill it, and then it'll eventually, equalize. So there's that part of it of price gouging, but there's also, like, if you let the market work, it'll work itself out, but you'll have massive amounts of supply because it'd be so profitable to do it. Just like if when oil was $120 a barrel, you had people going digging through glaciers in Alaska to find some, but now it's so cheap, they're not doing that. Like, you're gonna, supply and demand's gonna work. You can't. So it's very weird, and but I don't know, man. We're in very strange times. We're very
strange times. So let's address some of the comments here. Hassan's asking, do you guys run ads on eBay?
I personally don't.
I do. I've been looking at, depending on like how many things are being sold of that specific item, I tend to run sales as well as promoted listings. But a lot of the time I don't, because a lot of the items that I have are unique. So I generally don't need to do that, because I don't want to have to spend a bit, like get a bit more fee taken out of my sale. It's annoying, but I mean, it does tend to get you up there if you do want to make the sale. But yeah.
Got it.
Like,
Got it.
I run sales though every weekend, maybe like 10% off, 15% off, and then I put up the price a bit so that it'll tend to equal up to that amount that I'm looking for. But I still get the sales throughout the weekend, so it works for me.
Is the shipping process a hassle?
Is the what a hassle?
For eBay, is it a hassle to ship things?
Yeah, if somebody was to start going in right now, wants to start selling, some of their products tomorrow on eBay, is the shipping process is it a bit of a pita, like a pain in the arse?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I personally don't think so, because first of all, you can find out how much it's going to cost you to ship something before you even print it. So if you know the weight of the product and you know the dimensions, you kind of understand how much it's going to cost you, because you could just go online and plug in that information. It'll give you a calculation based on different zip codes. And that's usually how I price things out. I take my zip code and I take a state that's as far away from me as possible. We're in Maryland, so I use California.
Yeah, I use California
too. The max. Yeah, exactly. That's the max I would pay if I ship that product.
So this is good because Ross, you're from you're in the US and Chris is in Canada. So this is good. And we're talking about if anybody's interested to make money by selling products on eBay right now. These two guys here are the gurus. So
it's funny that you mentioned that, because with the shipping with the US, I have to incorporate a lot of more variables. So when I do my shipping to the US, I have to put because luckily we're able to use USPS up here, and so there are carrier. I have to figure out how much I'm going to be shipping an item to the US to go along with the cost of shipping in Canada, because it's a lot more than compared to the US. And then also I have to figure out the dollar amount, just because your dollar is a lot higher than the Canadian dollar. So I have to figure out a specific medium that I can put to charge so that they wouldn't get intimidated by the item shipping from Canada to the US. So that luckily I'm able to use USPS to help out, but Canada Post here is ridiculous with the shipping costs. It's really bad. Like a shirt, sending a shirt to California using Canada Post is probably over $25-$30. Yeah. So if it wasn't for USPS, which I'm probably shipping about $7-8 as opposed to $25-$30, it's a huge difference, and it just helps us on our end over here. If it wasn't for these companies.
Got it. So other opportunities for people to make money are, let's hear it. I hear Walmart's hiring. I hear Amazon's always hiring. What else do you guys think? Daniel's joined us. Hey, Daniel, how's it going, buddy?
Daniel.
So what do you guys think? What else can we offer?
I want to address, I was going to write to Jerry. But Jerry, he's asking, like, it seems like a conspiracy why people can't get masks and things, or personal protective equipment. And I mean, the most basic way I can answer that is you had a very small population, maybe the hospitals, a sector of the economy that was an active buyer of masks. Now you have the CDC recommending 330 million Americans should wear a mask. So it's just overnight when that number goes up exponential, the supply chain is not set up to meet that, and it doesn't make sense to you have to get innovative, and like people are using cloth in different ways and whatever it is, but like that's why it's just when the CDC tells every American to do it, that wasn't happening before, so it's just impossible to keep up, and that's why everyone's been broke for it.
Huge demand.
You can buy it. You can mark it up and resell it. Anyone.
All right, guys, I got to drop off real quick. I just want to join really quick just to.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, Rod. I really appreciate it. Keep up the great work, man. Seriously.
Thank you.
Nice,
Thank you.
Nice meeting you, man.
Yeah, you too. All right, guys.
Take care.
See ya.
So, Gary, you're saying restaurants are hiring all over your area? What? Where are you?
Yeah, it's not happening around me.
Gary, jump on the stream. Hit the link. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comments above you, above this one. Jump on the stream with us. Love to hear your input on all this too. So, yeah, who else is hiring that you guys know right now in our area? Chris, definitely know it's Walmart. Definitely know it's Amazon. Who else?
Like all the essential services. So like all the grocery stores, like the what's called the Loblaws, super centers.
Yeah,
those are the ones that are hiring. All the
grocery stores. Yeah,
like pharmaceutical stores are still hiring. And yeah, those are the main ones that are opening. But as far as I'm aware of right now,
Gary's gonna jump on with us. Beautiful. So, what about you, Ryan? What about in your area? Who is hiring right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the groceries are. I know Delivery Dudes was. That's how I got it. Sorry, I'm trying to find out my camera. How's that work? Delivery Dudes was delivery services. Apart from that, you have to like get creative on your own. I feel like if you're waiting for someone else, but and I think that's why this has been so valuable tonight. That's where for me, I always kind of. I'm just looking for any other way. But when you're in an economy, we're social species that rely on like people coming together to make money. Like you can't do that now. But I didn't even really. So eBay's still hot. I mean, you're doing great with eBay. That's amazing. Do you know when you're going to go back to work, Chris?
So I don't think I'm going to be ending up going back to my old job. So I've already been applying to other places already. I've been getting interviews already too, but they keep saying, oh, like we're really interested in you. It's just that we can't do anything or make a decision until this whole thing is over. So it's unfortunate just because of the field that I'm a specialist in. So I'm good at managing a team, for example. I'm good at customer service and hospitality management. That's my thing. So I try to look at those specific jobs, but unfortunately there's very limited. But yeah, other than that, as soon as I figured that that's what I'm going to be getting as an answer for most of these places, I just started ramping up everything else. So I've been like probably within the third day, I started right at Uber Eats right away. I worked, I did shifts right away. Like we've probably been doing about 4 shifts a week. That's at most. And then I'm doing eBay between probably 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. That's my time frame. Yeah.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah. And then I'm doing YouTube every other day. So I do probably 3 videos in one night. And then I do all the recordings. I do all the editing like the next night after.
Yeah.
That's a hustle, man. Much respect.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy? I've only done 2 shifts to Delivery Dudes, but like I really like enjoyed it. Like I
enjoy what? The deliveries you're talking about?
Yeah, like it's so unstressful. People are happy they have their food. Like I feel like my job is just stressful, like my normal job. So like just drive around, listen to music, you
Take it
know.
nice and easy. You know,
Yeah, I'll listen to podcasts while I'm driving. It's
Yeah,
fun.
there you
Like,
go.
it's
How you
can
doing,
be
buddy?
relaxing.
Testing.
Justin, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Perfect.
You're there. How you doing tonight? Good?
I'm doing good. I just had
Good.
I had to get rid of my popcorn bucket.
All right. Thanks a lot for joining us. So you're saying, okay, so you're in Fresno, California, and you're saying
Yeah.
that restaurants are still open out there, eh?
Yeah, all restaurants are open for takeout and drive-through.
Okay.
Yeah, but not sit down.
What I've been seeing, because I've been going on little drives here and there just to get out of the house, and I'm seeing all sorts of now hiring help wanted signs in all of these restaurants, and it makes
Really?
zero sense to me. I don't know whether people got scared and said I quit, because I mean, why are you hiring when you had all these waiters, waitresses, bus boys, all this available employment? Did they leave and you need more people, or
Yeah.
or what? It doesn't make sense. But
The fear
I'm seeing
set.
it left and right, where these little restaurants, some big restaurants, got now hiring signs out there. Just, it's weird.
You guys been in this a little bit longer than the rest of the country, right? California, you guys were early, so maybe this is, you guys are getting to the other side of it. I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know, because I'm starting to see retail stores get boarded up, so it's a little interesting.
Yeah, that happened. The boarding up of some retail stores. I don't know if you saw this, Chris, but downtown, like the high-end stores on Bloor Street, downtown Toronto, they were boarded up like right away.
I saw a video out of Vancouver where the entire place was all boarded up. So it was scary looking, and I'm starting to see that around my area. Most of the smaller retailers are boarded up. The major one that I saw was Macy's. They were all boarded up.
Like you're good?
No, just because of possible. Who knows?
Huh.
I don't. They're anticipating something, and that's what makes me a little nervous about it. If you're going to take the time to board up, it looks like signs are pointing that you're not going to open up very soon at all.
Or if I could ask, like, could it allude? I mean, maybe they don't want people breaking in and stuff like that. Like,
well, that too. But
because I have to wonder.
The Macy's just got boarded up 2 days ago, but we've been shut down for 3 weeks. So that makes me kind of like, well, what'd you wait so long for? If you were nervous about it, is your nerves increasing now that the more time it goes on?
Yeah. I wonder if there's, from telling America, we want to slow the spread. So stay in our house and do all that. But there's going to be blowback, like unintended consequences from all of this. And like eventually, like the public I feel like at some point can break. Like, they've gone broke, they've lost their jobs, they're stuck in their house all day. Like you're already seeing like some odd story, like stories of people that have committed suicide, like strange things like that. And I wonder what else is to come the longer this goes.
Here's the thing, especially in America. I know you're not in America, but
me,
yeah,
I'm in Florida.
Oh, no, you are, but
I am. I'm in Canada, so Chris is in Canada too.
I'm in Canada.
Okay, we got 2 Canadians, so cool.
That's right.
But I know, you guys. I'm sure you guys know what America is, and it's not sitting on our butt at home, even though some of us work from home. But it's not doing this sitting at home with our hand out, looking for the government to do something. And the more we are in this position, the worse the outcome is going to be, because this is not what we're designed to do. We're designed to go out and produce. That's what we do. And if you can't let people produce and they just sit there with their hand out asking the government to do something, that's a bad position to be in. Totally. because you can't. I mean, you can't print money and continue having people sit at home. It won't work. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. If it was that easy, just print money and give it to people, that would.
Yeah, if it were that easy, then heck, just fire up the printers, man. But it just won't work.
Well, and part of it, we're kind of getting wrapping up here, but that's probably like what we're seeing. In my opinion, part of it is in the stock market here. So much money printed, $2 trillion. A lot of that money is going to find its way into assets such as the stock market. Like they're devaluing your dollars. You're going to see inflation, and part of the inflation is going to be of asset prices.
But my opinion is if we don't get back to work, we're going to be in for some serious deflation because nobody's got money to spend.
Right. Well, it just depends if you keep on getting helicopter money, you know?
Right.
So guys, how long, what's your guesstimate? How long is this going to last before the economy's rolling once again 100%? Who's up first? I want to hear from the three of you guys.
Sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
How long do you think it'll last for?
A year.
A year, eh? Wow. Before the economy's fully 100% rolling again?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't see how, unless there is some sort of miracle cure, once you set that precedent that everybody needs to stay home because it's so dangerous to be out and doing what we normally do, how do you, without a cure, how do you reverse that and say, okay, everybody back to business? You can't. You literally cannot do that. You cannot do that because then you got some serious blood on your hands if people go out there and there's some sort of reinfection of some sort because you've already set the precedent that it's dangerous to be out there.
Yeah.
So how do you even recover from that? I don't know. I think it was a bad precedent to just shut down the economy. I understand why they did it, but people just need to go back to work, period.
But how do you do that without spreading this virus?
You can't.
Right.
I saw Fauci, the guy that's like the doctor that comes on television every day to talk to us. He said something to the effect that he doesn't think that we'll be shaking hands ever again. It won't be a common thing that humans that we do or should do. And I found that to be a fascinating statement. And also, I think he made a comment, and actually, Dan, who was here, he put it in the Discord chat. Jerry, I know you're in there. That he was wrong. In January, he told Americans they didn't have anything to worry about. Like, yeah, this is something going on over there, but we didn't need to worry about it. So this is the guy that's leading us. So that made me feel like a loss in confidence in his projections. But if I had to say, to get back to fully what we were, I agree, Jerry. It could be a year, but I think the economy needs to get going. And I think there should be a strategic plan to really understand the risk and who's at risk with the disease. So we know the older population, they need maybe nursing homes. Maybe we don't go to nursing homes for the next year, like all that practices. But we have to understand, I've heard other statistics saying that it only really affects under 50. Like the death rate is 0.2%. We don't have accurate readings on everyone that's getting infected. There's a chance people have been infected. There's so many people that have been infected that have not been tested. And that's underrepresented in the fatality rate, because the fatality rate is the biggest scare. On tested people, it's over 2% of people are dying, which is insane. That's absolutely insane. So I think we need better metrics to measure the risk that we're sort of associating the population to, and then assess that way to get the economy going. And we know it's the elderly with pre-existing conditions. We need to make sure they are absolutely protected. And maybe we still wear masks and gloves and take sanitary measures, but we have to get back to some kind of normalcy.
Yeah, I don't think we ever go back to normal. I think you've scared a big portion of this population that are never. You've just screwed them up for their whole life. I think, because there are going to be people that are absolutely terrified to go outside to be by people, to socialize. You're going to need to, what do you do with those people? You've ruined them.
But I think we have to put in perspective too, like there hasn't been anything this bad maybe in 100 years, the Spanish flu. And then like I think the Hong Kong flu was bad. There's a couple other flus that happened through our history, but like we did get through it, and life was what it was before this. So we should be able to get back at some point, right? And especially a vaccine is going to help that. And it doesn't seem, and I'm no scientist, but they say like this isn't an impossible thing to do. Like this has characteristics they understand and how to offset it. Like they just
here's my question, and I've never had anybody answer it. Do we test everybody?
That's a great question, and how that like and there's America. You know, it's funny. There was a report that a tiger got tested positive at the Bronx Zoo. My question is, there's not enough tests for the people. Why are we testing the tiger?
And how?
I think the whole Tiger King thing going on. I don't know.
I think that's a big. It's a scary thing for someone to say. I think it's a scary thing because we test everybody without a cure. That opens up a door to say, okay, what do we do with these people that are affected? And the longer this goes on, I'm a conspiracy dude. Sorry. I'm a total conspiracy dude. But the longer this goes on, now we've identified everybody who is a threat to those that are not infected.
Yeah.
That's scary. To me, that's scary.
Yeah, I think I would encourage. Well, I think having more people tested would give us better data. Because I think right now the biggest thing why they're stopping all the movement is because they don't understand the risk. We know this is deadly and deadlier than the average flu. But I think we could, like I said, if we can really identify that people under 50 are like not at risk, if you don't have an underlying disease, like it's very, very low likelihood, then maybe we can start doing something. And maybe we really just make sure we take measures to protect at-risk people. Like that's the way I see it until we get a vaccine. And the better we understand that data, testing will allow that to happen. That's just my opinion.
But then do you force everybody to take the vaccine?
Well, force. It's very interesting that Trump.
See, it's a very tough cycle that we've started and we're in.
You force everybody to take the vaccine? Is that what you said, or the test?
Force a vaccine.
That's that's a very that's a big conversation. You see these memes going around. I'm not gonna put my position on it, but they're saying there's some people that don't think they should force vaccines, and then look at the world when it's just missing one vaccine, like it's in a pandemic. So I think that's a very philosophical conversation between voluntarism and things like that. Like I would get vaccinated, but do I have but what if there's risk with it? Like you're telling other people to inoculate themselves, and that's why you need to wait so long to get a good vaccine to measure the risk appropriately and make sure we vaccinate everyone. There's not like a 5% death rate, and it's worse than the actual flu or the. So that's a very good question to ask.
Yeah. So Cody's mentioning here's another point. He's got a really good point. What with the anxiety cases, child abuse, domestic abuse cases, suicide rates, obesity rates, all going up because of this. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, there's the rippling effect, the negative rippling effect from all this is massive.
I've gained a few pounds.
Oh yeah, COVID 10, the 10 pounds I'm gaining already. Yeah. So tell me about the gym being closed, Taekwondo being closed. I mean, we're all affected some way or another, right? So. But yeah, it's really crazy times. But
you can tell in all this that we're being conditioned to gradually accept longer periods of this new normalcy. It was first we're going to turn off the sporting events, and then to me that's very I never lived in a world where we didn't have our sporting events, and we got used to that. And then they closed some of the gatherings in town, some of the concerts. Then they closed the schools. Then they shut down your job. Then and then they told you it was 2 weeks to stop the spread. Then you told you it's a month. We'll see what he says at the end of the month. I think we're looking at another month or so before CDC says you can restaurants maybe can go to 50% occupancy. it's crazy.
See, that's the tough part is I don't know. How do you go back? Here's my thing: is the longer this goes on and we're stuck into this mode that we're in, the easier it's going to be for people to agree to things that would otherwise be looked at as wrong. And that just, that rubs me the wrong way as far as being an American is concerned. And I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's no good answers.
No.
Yeah. What do you think, Chris?
I mean, Rick. I mean, we probably have this expectation just because from what we hear from at least the prime minister is like based on what we're getting help from. I think their expectation is probably like 4 months, but I honestly don't think it's going to take that long. I mean, the fact that I'm pretty sure that it's going to take even longer than that to figure out some sort of vaccine. I mean, I do think I'm probably in the same boat as you guys where I think it's going to be at least a year or just a bit more than a year to get everything back together. Because I can't, I mean, I'm not too like really familiar with like all the information of what's out there. I'm just more of like just the points that are being brought up in like the press conference by the prime minister right now. But I mean, but from like what I'm hearing, I mean, it does definitely look like it's going to happen a bit longer than what's supposed to be projected, at least.
Yes, my wife works at the University of Toronto. She's got a lot of science background, a lot of connections there with people that are actually, have got the virus, and they're actually testing the virus on a daily basis. And yeah, they're expecting that there will probably, possibly see a spike happen mid-May, but you're not going to be able to analyze that or figure that out until sometime in June. You have to look back and go, okay, hang on, it was May when we had the spike. So they're expecting it's going to be a couple more months for sure. For sure. Yeah. And then,
the one thing I struggle with why it's harder to see the light at the end of the tunnel is just the concept of it's this very infectious disease, and it started with one person. Like it all started with one person, and not to get there could be theories as to how it really started, but the idea we're told is that one person got infected, and it's spread to millions. So as long as one person has it, are we always at risk to spread to millions? So unless you have a vaccine or a cure, you're kind of always going to be in this game. Unless, and I don't know, and I've heard both ways. Some people say the reinfection is horrible. Then some people say like you can develop antibodies and an immune to it. Like I'm not.
We don't know. There's too much unknown right now, and there's so much speculation going on, and a lot of it being negative. That right now, we just got to chill and relax. And obviously, this social distancing, it is working. It is working. So let's all just stick to that and hope for the best over the next little while and see what comes from all this.
I want to respond to Charlie's comment here. Can you imagine if the internet got cut off?
Oh, let's not start spreading that fear now. Come on.
Well, I'll tell you.
It's topic of discussion, but still, come on. I know.
Well, yeah, but I can tell you that this is. I live through hurricanes every year, and we have to be in our house without internet, and it's a lot worse. So this isn't as bad.
Yeah. All right, I have to head out, guys.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. We'll wrap it up. Always pretty soon.
Nice meeting you guys.
2 hours.
Pleasure.
Take care, buddy. So, yeah, who knows? We can sit here all night talking about all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, every 2 hours.
It is what it is. We just got to roll the punches right now. We got to stay positive. Don't let the fear take over. Come on. I mean, I've got a few friends right now that are just like, they're losing it because they're just so fearful with the potential of what possibly could happen. And then we got a couple of friends of mine like, hey, let's have a virtual beer again tonight. It's just.
Jerry, how's your business doing? And are you hurting from it at all? Or
as far as what?
Is the economy hurting your business?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. April was the month. Some of you don't know, I print T-shirts. Yeah. So I have had softballs shut down. April was a big softball month. A couple of car shows that were scheduled, they're gone. A couple of Easter celebrations, they're obviously gone. So yeah, absolutely, 100%. All my money, most of it is discretionary income spending. So I'm not getting that now. I did pick up some business from a nurses group, so I was able to, they're working, so I was thankful for that. So we'll see. I'm looking into the unemployment, but most likely I probably won't do it, just because the hoops you got to jump. There's a lot of hoops you got to jump through as a self-employed person, and you looking for benefits in that way.
Can you get the $10,000 everyone's talking about
I
for
haven't heard of that.
for businesses? If you apply for the emergency disaster loan, and you can get this immediate $10,000 to be granted to you, and they'll probably even give it to you if you don't get a. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube about it. I've applied for everything.
I'll have to look into it.
Speak to your bankers.
I don't. It's tough because I don't really need it per se.
Right.
Things aren't ugly. I mean, I have an emergency fund for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And but if this thing lasts longer than 3-4 months, yeah, I'm gonna be in trouble. So what do you do? I'm not stressed over it. I do the conspiracy thing because it keeps my brain working. but I'm not worried about it. Things are gonna work out eventually, and
Did you guys see if you like conspiracy? Did you see the conspiracy about like the 5G is causing the virus?
Yeah, people that believe that's just a bunch of crap. I mean, come on. Do you really think
someone goes 5G's in 5 countries, coronavirus in 134?
Like, if that were the case, I mean, people just take that stuff way too far. It's funny.
Yeah, it's a little too crazy. All right, so on that note, you know what? We just hit the 2-hour mark, guys. So
thanks for we had a good show tonight. We had over 20 in the chat. And
it was good. Yeah, it was fun. And hopefully we're hopeful for a lot of people. Maybe we came up with some great ideas to help some people and to find other ways of making income during these crazy times right now. So, but
I the unemployment thing. That's. I don't know how we recover from that very quickly. I don't, because what is it, 16 million now in America?
Is that, yeah.
And climbing like every minute. So I the longer this goes on, the uglier it's going to be. And, and psychologically it's going to hurt. I think it's going to hurt a lot of people, because you go grocery shopping right now, even with a mask. What are people doing? Get away from me. Get away from me.
Yeah. Are they restricting the amount of people in a grocery store at one time now?
Yeah. I tried to go to Sam's Club yesterday morning. I came in through the parking lot, and I saw some people like, hundreds of yards away from the entrance, and I was like, why are they all gathered right there? But I didn't see beyond them, and I turned, and I'm like, holy crap, there was probably 200 people out there waiting to get in, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm just not doing this. It's stupid. You got
out to get in.
I don't understand. So I don't know.
Yeah,
but on a positive, there's a couple positives. There is, and I think the market's reacting that there's a flattening of the curve going on. Like there's been like positive, like there's like the exponential growth is becoming less exponential. I guess it's still growing. So so whatever we're doing does seem to be working. So that saves lives, which is good, right?
Yeah, guys, there's a few sites out there and that you can watch. Obviously, you can compare all the countries together and see how the curves are happening and whatnot. So check them out. See, that could really help you out.
One of my thoughts is this becomes permanent, and pretty much technology takes off exponentially. where, you know, everything, I mean, the technology is there for self-driving cars, automated delivery, picking, and, you know, you can get your groceries delivered to your home by a Tesla that Ryan buys. You know, you could do all that. The technology is there, and what technology has not even been released that we don't even know of? So, you know,
my car just updated. It now sees the traffic lights and the colors of the lights on it, and now identifies them. And it recognizes the before it was just recognizing cars in front of it and like lanes, the sides of it, but it can tell you the next thing. It doesn't stop at them yet, but like you can tell it's the next thing. They're reading data. Tesla just has it's a neural network that they update different features of the car, and they run massive amounts of data on recognizing it properly. Then like the next update, like if it sees a red light, like it'll stop, and it's really so we're not there yet, but they're running massive amounts of data. And the car is recognizing everything about it. So maybe one day.
That's unbelievable. That's so cool to hear.
Yeah, but thank you guys so much for joining. I really enjoyed it, and I think we might take this show. Me and Rick talked about it, but maybe making the topics more topical, especially in these times.
Yeah,
and
for sure, Ryan. I definitely agree with you on that.
And I think the playback will be very helpful. Everything, you know, people that watch some replay. I mean, there's literally so many, hopefully, ideas and inspiration people will watch from this coming on playback. I'm not sure when you hopped on, but like Rick had so many different virtual jobs that you can do. There's literally like so many people hiring for virtual jobs, and like I was just explaining things that I've done to adjust my business, and even just like doing delivery dudes to just make some extra cash, buy some more stocks. You know, I can't even drive a Tesla right now. So like now it's like a chance to go drive it, blare some music, and
enjoy. You're kidding. Honestly, you gotta look at the positive side of all this. It's allowing us to go back to like the time of like we got time, right? It's like we sit back and relax and we can interact. I mean, you can't that close, but you know, there's people wandering around. You say hi to them from a distance, of course. It's really cool. It's a really
And that was one of my things is that I can see us reverting back to a older way of living, but with a technology advance.
Yeah.
So I'm talking multi-generational households, one-income households.
Awesome.
What else was I thinking? Marriage rates increasing.
Well, I heard that.
I know we're hurting right now.
Couples spending so much time together right now is not good.
I know it's hurting right now, but I'm saying, you know, we could start that curve to where we finally figure out that marriage is supposed to strengthen you. It's not supposed to. You're not supposed to be against each other in a marriage. And people are figuring. The strong ones are going to survive because you know that your spouse is there to support you, and vice versa. And that's the way it's supposed to be. You know, right now, I don't even know if we even have that thought in marriage nowadays. I don't really think we do.
Yeah.
I think it's more career-minded, future-focused, and not really about each other. So I hope this brings about a more healthy people, I guess I could say.
And just, you know what, bringing us as humans together, you know, working together. We all have a common enemy now. Bring countries together. I mean, how cool would that be to see some countries that were enemies before are unifying to work together in order to find a solution to this problem right now? I mean, this could be such an exciting, and letting the earth heal itself also as well, like everything that's going on the planet right now. This could be a really positive, exciting time for humanity. It really can. So I just hope for the best coming out of this, seriously. Big time.
Yeah, I'll leave with being touching on that, being like a Tesla bull. People are saying like, oh, this will help. The earth will be like so much more. There's a lot of positive effects we're already seeing from just the not as much industrial activity going on. That like the waters are cleaner, the ozone maybe this may be going too far, but the ozone's like repairing itself. That maybe we will be more thoughtful and take better care of the planet. Possibly that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. So we have all. That's right. All good. You said it. That's right. So
Thank you so much for joining. 2 hours. It was
on that positive note, over 2 hours. Jerry, thanks a lot for jumping on board with us. Everybody else, thanks for everybody watching, and hopefully we were helpful with everybody tonight. And Ryan and I are going to talk, and hopefully we're going to start, maybe do this a bit more often with everything that is going on currently right now. So if you guys have any topics that, just leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear, or get us, message us on Instagram. I'd love to hear from you. So closing remarks, gentlemen. What would you guys like to say?
Yeah, I would say, if you're healthy and able to get out there and do some work, there are ways to make money in this economy. 2 weeks ago, I thought the chances of going bankrupt if this went on too long were higher. But I feel like this could go on for a while, and I can survive it just because, when your back's against the wall, there's ways. I always felt like when this thing was going really bad, I kept on thinking there's going to be genius ideas and people that profit so much from it. I just like, how can it hit me? And even like as Jerry's talking, like he prints T-shirts, like I'm thinking about like I throw like events and stuff for my art company. I'm like, maybe I should order shirts from him that say like Corona Fest and get bands together and do all this. Like that's where my brain goes. Like there's gonna be like a great idea somewhere here. So stay creative with it, stay healthy, have fun, and thank you so much for joining in tonight. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Jerry, any closing remarks?
Stay positive. Stay positive. I know you're in Canada, but
yep.
I believe in America. I do. I believe that we have some of the greatest minds at work, and I think I made a video that said pessimism, optimism, growth, and I think that's where we're at. We're pessimism, but I also have optimistic views, and I think that's all just going to be future growth. So be positive, because on the other end of this is something good.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. All right. Everybody watching, stay safe, stay healthy. And until next time, we'll see you guys. Okay. Everybody take care.
See ya.
Take care.